Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for June 28th through July 4th of 2020. So the week kicks off on Sunday with Mars sextiling Saturn. This energy gives you a tremendous power booster to your drive to create stability as you define it. You will be more willing to do the work, starting with a plan that is carefully thought out than methodically carried out. Plan and do. Not just one or the other, but both, which can eventually produce solid results. The rewards for your hard work, or the return on your investment, will reflect what energy you have put into stabilizing your life. This energy should not be restrained, but consciously directed. Excessive restriction may cause an explosion down the line, whereas a solid base contains the fire so it becomes useful, productive, and often beautiful as well. So Mars is the energy, action, passion, the direction, and the individual piece of this energy. And Saturn is the social level, but it's the endurance and the strength and the fortitude, and again with the planning and structure that goes with it. Like, give the flow a structure and you can be much more productive. By the same token, this is the opportunity to get that memo, because in a couple days Saturn goes right back into Capricorn. Mars lingers in Aries and it becomes a square instead of a sextile. So right now, while Saturn's still in Aquarius, while we're thinking about the future and defining our terms going forward and recreating the story of our lives, because it's been shaken up so much in 2020, it's going to go back into Capricorn to finish up its work there, which I'm going to touch on at the end of this. But this is a big week, everyone. This is a powerful, potent, energetic portion of the portal that we're in with the eclipse portal, because technically the eclipse is like midnight on the East Coast on the 4th, making it the 5th. So even though the eclipse entry didn't make it to this forecast, we have a lot to contend with. This week is the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, second of 3 passes, where we have that access to rebirth and transform and transcend the old story and really initiate a brand spanking, clean, pure, 0 point of possibilities new story. So this little check-in for Sunday, Monday is so useful to ask yourself, what do you want for your future, and what are you willing to work for now, even though you can't really see the results of your labor just yet, but you know what you want to build. Like, let's try to get as clear as we can on our simplified needs, because then the 30th, which is Tuesday, is our big day. There's lots of energy. There's 3 activations in my Instagram Live. Jupiter conjuncting Pluto is a very big deal. This is a social and collective planet coming together to initiate a brand new cycle. Jupiter rules our truth and story and has a 12-year cycle. So it links up with Pluto every 12 years, but not always in Capricorn. So it just so happens that in 2008, Pluto had just gotten to Capricorn. So we had a little bit of a mini introduction. I think their actual conjunction was like 28 Sag. It was at the very end of Sag. But we knew that year of Capricorn in 2008 was pretty intense, and we can feel a lot of those reverberations back. So this is the one that is in our 2020 alignments as well, that I'll be referring you to at the bottom of this post. There's some relevant reflections we're going to talk about. But we're all ready to tell a new story, that's for sure. So let's tap into the highest possible expression of this energy. Is basically channeling your very passionate, intense energy into your highest vision or your highest ideal, your deepest personal truth, and receiving the fruits of such hard labor. There is a power behind the current expansion, and you are in a unique position to create your greatest vision or your deepest fear. That's what happens when Pluto gets involved. There's the treasures that are below the surface that take a lot of hard work to get to, but when you do, they're so rare and so powerful. It's important not to neglect your Pluto. Both these planets force you to improve yourself, your life, and your environment, usually stripping you of misconceptions and excess baggage along the way. This is a 13-year cycle. How did your life completely shift 13 years ago, which would have been 07-08? This is your time to choose to co-create, to cultivate and commit to expressing your infinite potential. Dig deeper. There is more to you than you're giving yourself credit for being. This is your chance to completely redefine your truth and purpose. The worst possible expression of this energy is to become obsessed by a belief, try to force it on others, or force others to your way of thinking, blow things way out of proportion, magnify the darkness, and prolong your trip through the underworld. No one wants to do that. But Jupiter makes things bigger, and so if you are having a dark night of the soul moment, or Capricorn's in a tough place for you, then it could be activated. The idea is to get to that raw truth, real truth, higher truth, so that you can start telling a new story, rather than get sucked into the darkness and, like it said, magnifying that, making that bigger. Jupiter insists we learn from such excavations of the soul. So what are you learning? Your deepest truth is surfacing at this time. Is it based on fear or faith? Under pressure, whatever is inside comes out. It's time to decide if you're going to believe in positive outcomes and the ability to turn your deepest wounds into your most trusted and earned wisdom. Deep breath. So this is a biggie affecting social collective, but if you have Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, is personal. Also on the 30th, Mercury is active. Mercury in Cancer is sextiling Uranus, the awakener. So this energy says it's time to go with the flow, new and different being the flow. It wants to shake it up a bit, but in a good way. It's a sextile, so this is an opportunity for your consciousness to, let's say, we're getting to wrap our brain around the vision or the story that we want to tell. Some things are starting to make a little more sense, even though the world is still upside down. However, if you feel like new and different is more like chaos and disruption, then you need to reflect and see if you aren't being too rigid. Unwillingness to go with the new flow will make this energy harder to handle. This is also a good time to try to resolve any old issues or challenges. They are not going away without resolution and conscious release. Perhaps you've been trying the same thing over and over, and it's time to try something new. Now is the time new ideas can and will come to you, so pay attention. Try to be open and receptive to unusual things, events, or ideas, and allow room for spontaneity, improvisation, and thinking on your feet. You may think you're doing one thing and look up and be doing something completely different, so be open to exploring a new path. Mercury and Uranus, they're both about your consciousness. It's micro to macro. It's what are the little ideas that are unlocking bigger problems, or those creative solutions are totally possible with a sextile here. Also, same day linking up with the sun, which just infuses all of it. And it also infuses us with energy and light in our consciousness, so that things that might have been really fuzzy because it has been retrograde, it doesn't go direct until July 12th. So this is actually happening while Mercury is retrograde. That's a very big deal for rewiring our consciousness. This is also the second of 3 hits, I forgot to say up front. So June 5th, June 30th, and July 22nd. What I like about this one is that next one, the final one, when it goes forward again and hits Uranus again, remember this is an awakening of your consciousness, and because it's happening during the retrograde, it means it's a little bit of an extended process. It's more than just a once-over. But that next one, 7/22, is only 5 days away from 7/27, when we have another huge alignment with Jupiter and Neptune. That's our miracle activation that I talk about in the 2020 alignments for the year, because this is some special things going on. So what's striking me now is that Mercury sextile Uranus is happening here during the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction week. So when we're opening to this new truth and story, and then it's going to happen again right on time when we have that miracle activation back to back. And these are things I've been talking about in the forecasts and on the calls all along, because this is important review time. And again, with the extra resources I'm going to put at the end of this, because it's time to do that kind of research. Same day, Mercury retrograde, conjuncting Sun. This energy often compels you to want to express yourself on many levels. Communication will be a focus. Just make sure it's reciprocated. You will have access to some powerful energy that can and probably will make quite an impression on others if you need to. And I know we've talked about this one. It's a good time to travel if possible. Now, of course, we know that's not, so it means maybe just expand your consciousness, expand your awareness. in some kind of way, learn something new. However, if not physically, then mentally and certainly within your own area, because you will be able to take in more information per square inch than usual, so pay attention. You may even get some much-deserved recognition from others that you've worked so hard for. So it's sort of this communication and self-expression thing that happens, but when the sun lights it up, it's like we start glowing or radiating from within whatever's going on inside us. So hopefully, it's not too dark. Like I said, that 30th is this Instagram Live day for Kelly, and we will give it another shot. July 1st brings Sun sextile Uranus. So this is a biggie that happens every so often in the annual cycle while we're really activating our year throughout. It helps you access a deeper sense of authenticity, as everyday routine events may be enlightening this week. Anytime Uranus is involved, aha moments are available. Those sudden inspirations or the surprising clarity that changes everything is bubbling near the surface. You need but invite it into your conscious mind to be useful. Eventually, you will have to ground these breakthroughs in some physical form, but this energy supports the exploration of possibilities. Where can you use a dose of freedom and liberation? This energy also promotes authentic living. You won't be able to be fake or phony, nor tolerate it in others this week. Just remember that the truth sometimes rattles those who would rather play nice or keep up appearances and status quo than face facts. So watch out for rebelliousness, if not in you, then in others. This is not a disruptive energy except to those who resist change. Don't fight it, embrace it. Change is good. It means you are growing. So Sun sextile Uranus, like Mercury sextile Uranus, awakens your consciousness and gets you thinking in new ways. The Sun is lighting up things about you that you're starting to realize or recognize have evolved or just awakened within you for the first time for some people. Same day, July 1st, Saturn re-enters Capricorn, and it is retrograde. So it went backwards in Aquarius. It's going to go forward in Capricorn in September. So this is the final pass for 28 years to come. So let's make it count. Basically, Saturn's going to be in Capricorn until December 17th, and then it re-enters Aquarius permanently. This area of life, your Capricorn house, has been getting an upgrade via Saturn since December 2017. How is it going? What have you learned? What have you made real during this time? This energy has so much to do with our basic fundamentals of being responsible, organized, and accountable for our choices. It has also been an intense lesson of how we give away our authority to others, bosses, partners, or corporations and governments. But hopefully we have also stabilized something useful that we can now build on going forward. It is also good to consider the effect of Saturn and Capricorn on your Aries, Libra, and Cancer departments as well, because when one changes, it will automatically shift the others too. So I just did some digging so that I could refer you to any Saturn and Capricorn posts I've done since December 2017, and I found some very interesting threads that totally qualify as relevant reflections. Also, now with the new posts, there will be an audio feature that was not available back then. It was extremely pivotal every time Saturn went retrograde or direct, so I suggest we review those months, which is May and September of 2018 and May and September of 2019, and now here we are in June of 2020. Also brings our lessons and blessings of that house or area of life. So this is where Saturn would have kind of leaned in and gotten your attention, let's say. It turns out those posts were done on my free WordPress, which is still up but drowning in ads, so I am reposting them here for your convenience. I have put together a little retrospective that is worth reviewing to determine how to get all the good out of Saturn and Capricorn before it moves on. You may wonder why I am so on it with this, but last time it was there was 1988 to 1990, which was life-changing for me and many others, and the reverberations have been with us for 28 plus years and have now run their course. I want to be super aware, conscious, and grounded in my authentic self to maximize the potential here for this energy, which is rearranging my fundamentals, homework, individual relationships, and no one is exempt. It is happening where Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn are for us all. So this is big, everyone, and why this relevant reflections list just kept getting longer and longer. So in this week's post, you'll see these links at the bottom. Basically, I'm going to go post Cancer Energy of the Month and a Cancer Energy article, which is Assimilate the New and Eliminate the Old. 2020 Summer Retrogrades is a great post. 2017 to 2020 Saturn in Capricorn, that was that retrospective I'm talking about. It's a repost that's really important to dig into for a minute and see, like I said, to make sure you're getting the best out of all that. The eclipses, you're going to see 2009 to 2011, Rhythms, Patterns, and Cycles. That is the last Cancer Capricorn eclipses, and it's so powerful. All the reminders were perfect for right now as we wrap up this batch of Cancer Capricorn eclipses. Not only that, it might jog your memory for 2009 to 2011 and what was going on. 2019 eclipses, 'tis the season, that was last summer, and the summer 2019, portals and choices and crossroads, oh my. Those are all very relevant if you feel like the eclipses are working you. So that's what this list is all about. It's got the Cancer energy for the month, summer retrogrades, which are affecting everyone. The Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn are very important and part of the 2020 special alignments. But then the last three are all about the eclipses. So it just depends if you feel like Saturn's working you, or the eclipses are working you, or just this month in Cancer, or Cancer Capricorn is really important. Everything I reread, and like I said, I'm going to make those audios for you as well. Such good reminders. So for those of you feeling really under that cardinal cross right now, and many, 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 many of us are, every bit of it was worth a reread. That's all I can tell you. And I know that many people don't want to read, so that's why I said I've created the audios for some of them. And if you happen to go to the page and it's not uploaded yet, it just means you beat me to it, but they should be uploaded by the time you get this. So I thank you so much for your attention and for being part of my community. And have a fantastic week. Happy eclipse season. We are in the portal now, everyone. And I am grateful to be sharing it with you and not going through it alone. So take care, stay strong, stay grounded, and reach out when you need to. Thanks for listening.
This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and I am so grateful for your time, energy, and support. Please share this with those you think would resonate and reach out if and when you need to. Kelly at KarmicTools.com. The goal of my weekly forecast is to alert you to the energies and activations that we're all experiencing and the possibilities for conscious co-creation as an individual. Awareness of the energies is the first key, but I invite you to take it to the next level by checking out my readings, telecircles, and subscriptions, which are all geared toward individual support that helps you understand your own unique blueprint. My specialty is cycles and patterns, and I love helping people figure out their own within the context of the social and collective rhythm. To some, working with their own cycles and patterns is a completely new and foreign concept, but there are many planetary cycles that coincide with natural life cycles that allow us to co-create in mystical as well as practical ways. I create custom tools that I have tried and tested myself for over 30 years, and I do the work alongside my circle every time. So I hope you will reach out if you feel called to dive deeper into your own soul's natural rhythm. Talk to you soon. One love.